게임은 재밌으면 된다니까?
불멸의 전사 2.
Almost always you'll just see the pros. Okay, I'll get ready to play. And that's like most of the pro games.
I love it when you talk about certain races and then you really dumb voice.
What was dumb? Just the mindlessness.
Claims.
I'm good.
If he doesn't know that I did it, then he can't stop it. And even if he knows, sometimes I'll win anyways. All right, guys. Game number 2 with Towers. We're off to a fast pace. Let's see how this game turns out. This is Dark against in our first ever CrossFinal. In the upper right, in the blue, Berserk player down 1 game.
SK텔레콤 기원.
Are you afraid of the dark?
You better be.
Great TV series by.
I'm trying to remember.
It was on Nickelodeon.
I remember the name. I can't remember.
Scary show. Yeah. Bottom left in the red.
Watch that and then read it.
Oh, goosebumps. All Goosebumps written by one guy. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Put out a photograph, Marie.
More like I read one last week. Those are some novel tasteless. They still give me the just. Oh.
Never forget the haunted amusement park.
I tell you, I couldn't go to Disneyland for years after reading that one.
Up his side.
That is so creepy.
It is creepy.
Chucky is such a rip off of that.
Oh my god, I saw Chucky when I was a kid, and that like just my brother we saw that torment.
Yeah, I saw Gremlins.
We would not go down the toy the doll aisle in Toys R Us.
Oh god, I saw Gremlins and was afraid of like everything from that on. I'm still afraid.
Yeah, that was scary when we were kids too.
Yeah, when I was
and all those gremlins,
I was like 3
all
years
those
old,
gremlins stopped that little old lady trying down the stairs in her. I'm like, oh no, old people aren't supposed to be killed by monsters. I thought children and old people were exempt from this kind of scary stuff.
Yeah, you would think so, but
right.
No one's safe.
Yeah, no one's safe
from the gremlins.
That's right. Except that it's like those.
No, they become powerful. That's how they become.
Oh, that's
gremlins.
right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Signs. My bad, guys.
Oh yeah, that one's scary too.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say something about that. Like, you know how some of these movies, like for instance, they'll have like an object, like kind of a random object that just keeps reoccurring, that plays a role later on in the movie. Like for instance, in Signs, all the glasses of water, they just keep finding around the house. Then eventually, he's like, "Oh my God, this is how I can kill."
Basically, it looks like my house a week after I don't.
Like that reoccurring, item, reoccurring item in my life. Around my house, I don't understand how, is little elastics for little girls' hair.
God.
I have them in one place, but I find them everywhere all the time. I step on my bare foot. I'm like, what is that? Oh my God, it's an elastic.
There's another one.
Oh, I'm seeing an elastic. Where do these all come from? What monsters am I going to defeat with these?
Now
how are these relevant to my life?
Just so we understand, Artosis is married and has a kid. He's not a serial killer. We go into Artosis' house and it's nothing but pictures of his ex-girlfriends with the eyes cut out. Just baby doll heads all over the place. I go into Artosis' apartment. I scream because I he's going to kill me. But here, guys, he rented all the rooms on the floor. No one will hear me scream then.
Yeah, that's where all my esports dollars go. Oh man. All right, well, taking a look at this game, it is a little bit of a deck pressure here, as well as a Phoenix opening into a third base. So really standard stuff. Dark has gone for his standard as well as Zergling speed, Overlord speed, scouting done. No big deal of anything that's happened yet, but the one thing that Stats needs to do is not only clear out Overlord, but continually scout to see what tech Dark is going for, because all the main techs have different counters. Does he go the Ling Baneling, which is what it looks like he's going to be doing?
Oh, look at this.
Getting Stats will want to see that. He'll probably just counter it no matter what. but he'll want to see that because you.
Oh my God!
Optimal play is different. Yeah, he knows Dark so well.
That was pretty good. That's a scary story for that Overlord. He's like, oh, I guess I'm dead.
Yeah, Dark is getting pretty used to people finding his Overlords all over the place.
Yeah.
He's always doing the same type of thing, but...
he's got to randomize the hiding of it a little bit better.
Yeah, I think Protosses are really combing everything over as best they can, but he's going into Lair. Don't know if he'll be able to get any Baneling drops off. Stats is really going to be trying to stay on top of that. Second Evo on the way. Okay.
Yep, Forge almost done. Phoenix is continuing to be pumped out here. And, yeah, the game continues. Fourth base for Zerg now.
Now, this will be cool when the Lair finishes up, because does he get the Hydralisk Den? That is a possibility. Does he go directly into Infestation Pit? That's another one. I don't think he'll go into a Roach Warren or anything like that.
Okay, great job here. Takes out a good amount of drones. Looks like the 5 is going to be the lucky number. Queen's come here to defend.
Now, look at this. 3 Stalkers being warped in at home. This is, this is how the Koreans right now are starting to counter this type of style. 3 Stalkers knock down an Overlord full of Banelings before anything can happen.
Yeah, it's super smart.
Yeah, notice where they're going?
Yeah, he's ready.
This is the counter to the way that Dark plays. This is why I was saying I think Stats might have an edge, because Dark is still really loving this style, but the Korean Protosses have kind of not 100% figured out. It's still doable. It's still a strong style, but you really can't damage their economy that much anymore with it because of this 3 Stalker warping.
Nice catch here on the Queen. Dark off to actually a pretty rough start. Not very much you can do about this right now.
Yeah.
RoboBay going to finish here in a little bit as well as +1. This is playing, frankly, just a very solid Protoss game with not some harass. It's like intended to win, but to kind of keep Zerg busy back at home.
Yeah, and look, Stats, once again, he's following the current meta. He's gone Twilight before the Robo, getting charged right off the bat. This is something that you want to do against this style as well. You don't need as many Immortals. Great play here out of Stats. But what I love about Dark, yeah, he's lost a lot of drones, but what he did as soon as he saw that there was actually Phoenixes around and actually a third base being taken, he took his 4th. He's droned like mad. His drone count is still at 75. His economy is as good as he needs it to be. His production is off the hook.
Queen's coming down now. With the Warp Prism, do you think this is going to be just for harass, or is he going to actually try to put on some pressure?
He should be doing an Archon timing attack coming up here.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Really pressuring the Baneling production.
Now, let's see. I wonder if the Stalkers are still back here.
Yeah, they should be.
They should be over here.
Basically leave them there all game.
Oh, man, he needs to watch those Phoenixes. Okay, there we go.
See? Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, as long as he sees this, he's totally fine. Yeah, he just turns around now. He can just go down and kill that with his Phoenixes, and bam, that's over with.
It's a lot of lost gas.
Yeah. But, all right, so here we are. We have the Warp Prism. He's going to have Archons. He's going to have Charge. He has already got the +1 attack on his ground units. So this is looking pretty strong right now for Stats. This is if you are having trouble with this Dark style, this is exactly how the very top Koreans are trying to counter it, and it's doing well. Now, I mean, Dark is not in trouble yet. He can still do a lot. Look at how many Banelings he's morphing in. If he gets a few good connections on these Zerglings, he might be able to get that 4th.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to come down to the force fields here.
Yeah.
This is a pretty serious commitment right now. Here we go. Is he watching? Is he ready?
Yeah, he's rolling right in with these Banes right now. Gets a lot of the Zealots, but look at that. 2 cannons, more Archons coming in. Can't do anything there.
By the way, Zerg is really committing to this. Zerg is still pumping Lings. Spire on the way, 1-1 about halfway done.
Yeah, and you know what? He's killing a little bit off here, but those Archons being pulled back. Just defensive play here by Stats while he harasses. More Lings and Banes coming down.
Problem is, this is a lot of gas spent on Banelings that actually is not going to be able to be gas that you can't invest into the Spire here.
And look at this harassment. It's doing fantastically. This Archon is dealing some massive damage, but they do pick off that Warp Prism, which is important.
Okay, it was... Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Wow. That's funny. +2 melee finishes, and you one-hit those, so that's
How funny is that? Although I'm kind of confused why you'd get 1-1 and then start attacking all the time here.
Well, I think he looked at this and said, I don't want him to get a critical mass of Archons here and push in, because then it gets really tough to blow everything up. But, you know, he's teching up 2 Greater Spire. All he needs to do is keep him busy. If he gets out Broodlords, Archons don't do well against Broodlords. Like, you really need to get into Stargate tech, and that's something that, yeah, he has a few Phoenixes, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Note how he's spreading here. This is the come at me bro formation.
And he is going to come at him. This is a lot of Lings and Banes. This is why Dark is so good at this strategy. Look at this macro. His minerals is like, he's mining almost 3k minerals a minute here, and he's spending it all on Ling
He's like
Bane.
sinking it so fast it hardly ever goes to 3 digits here.
His injects, he never misses an inject. It's crazy. I bet you these, like, well, he has a lot of queens, so he has some extra energy, but still.
As you can see here, very good job holding that. And notice the Zealots coming through the back. He needs to hit the Zealots with the Banelings.
Yeah, he does. And wow, he hits a lot of them on the right-hand side there, then circles back around, starting to surround everything, but there's still quite a few Zealots
He needs
left.
to be careful. Keep these Archons alive for as long as possible. Making some more Archons right now. But Protoss definitely needs to back up here. Nicely done by Dark. I got to say, very impressive stuff.
He's so good. He's so good. Do you see this?
We don't get to cast many battles where it looks like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like Banelings running through Archons to try to get the Zealots in the back. He's like, no, I know exactly how to dismantle this army.
And he just has more Lings and Banes than any other Zerg can pull. Like, I think Stats kills every other Zerg in the world trying this strat there. Like,
okay, we got another workman
greatly
now.
done.
Few more Archons, and this army is pretty scary again.
Greater Spire is finished, but because this attack is still going on, it looks like he's taking his time getting up to that. Is going to want to get those Broodlords out when he can. All right, Corruptors have been started. Pushing back that Observer a little bit.
They're doing a good job surveying this. And I think wisely so. Stats retracts his army.
Yeah.
Pulls back here.
All right. More Queens on the way for some support there with the Broodlords, no doubt. More and more Archons and Zealots. We still don't have like a real proper tech up to fight against
versus
Broods.
style, it's pretty sad, man. Getting the Archons just behind the minerals like that, it takes like a maxed out Zerg to kill that. It's so funny.
Yeah, Ling Bane can't really deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 Archon drops is another cute little thing that Korean pros are doing against this later when their attack fails, because they generally won't kill someone as good as Dark quite yet. I mean, look at this. It's so efficient. And now he just picks it up and he's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Later,
guys.
Later, bro.
The Archon's like, ho, ho, ho.
Can you say that again, Artosis?
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah.
They do say that, too.
Yeah, they do. Archons are kind of jerks like that.
Yeah.
Wow, I think one of those Archons might be in the red.
Yeah, it's like
very rare.
Super low.
Goes from green to dead very quickly. All right, Broodlords are starting to get out. As he masses these up, this gets harder and harder for Stats to do anything. Look at that.
Yeah.
See, the Broodlings screw it with Archons so hard.
The Archons are too clunky to actually run away from that. Oh, look at this.
Ooh, the Corruptor coming over. And well, one Zealot gets out.
The fact that one got out, the other two didn't, goes to show you how close that actually was.
Yeah.
He almost got the Baneling's nest.
Oh, saves it. Nice.
Uh-oh.
That was literally one more swing.
Turns out Broodlords can't hit air, bro.
Yeah, they cannot indeed. These Phoenixes doing a pretty good job.
Look at this worst Baneling angle ever.
They're coming through, trying to hit these Zealots. Zealots a little bit clumped there. Gets a good chunk right there. Stats continue to put on this pressure.
There's
at
actually
the 5th base.
too much on the ground here. The ground army actually just beats the Broodlings back.
Yeah, he will kill his base, but he can't get any more than this, and Dark does have another good mining base up right now. Blink is on the way, and that will definitely help.
He might start going for the Overseers with the Stalkers and get DTs from this.
Oh, that would be cool, yeah. I think DT just
whenever they end up going into Broodlords, it's kind of funny. It's not a general like law of StarCraft, but it is kind of a rule, is that like Overseers start to get neglected a little bit.
Yes.
If they haven't gotten the proper number of Broodlords,
Yeah.
they're investing gas.
It's good that you point that out, because, yeah, it's not like a spoken thing, but in general, like when Zerg is focusing on Spire, DTs become more valuable. And it's just because the games get a little bit more hectic, a little bit more crazy. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of... You're not sitting in your base with Mutas, so you're not going to catch DTs as much. The Overlord's just kind of in the group rather than spread. It's a really good point, Tasis.
Thank you, Tosis.
All right, we do have the Broodlords pushing in right now. A lot of Banes underneath here. Those Stalkers, if they blink forward, the Banes are there to hit them.
This is a really critical moment. It's pretty much do or die for Zerg. Zerg has to get in here, take out these bases, and keep the Broodlords alive, or at least shove pretty hard, because Otherwise, you can take out the Broodlords, and the counterattack is pretty nasty.
I think he's got this. With that many Banelings, you cannot blink under the Broodlords because he will just blow it up.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome combo. The symbiosis of the Banelings and the Broodlords is so sick.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what stats can get done here. He's playing a fantastic game, but Dark maybe outplaying him. Does blink forward, and the Banelings roll up. Well, he's just really going after him now. A little bit more wasteful in that one, but wow, starting to blow him up for real.
Okay,
we have more Lings coming down also.
I think that's
it. Yeah.
GG.
So, what a good game.
Great game.
What a good game that was.
Dark is savage.
Yeah. That, like, look, Stats actually did every single thing that top-end Korean Protosses do against his style, and Dark still ended up winning.
Kind of crazy, man.
The only thing he didn't do is ever transition in. He thought he could brute force his way through there, but you have to get into Tempest to deal with the Broodlords. If you don't have some sort of good anti-air, that's what can happen.
Guys, it has been a long and epic night. It's about 10:40 right here. It's getting close to hour 5 of tonight and getting that much closer to the end of the CrossFinal. The first time ever we take top 2 from GSL and top 2 from the Star League, making battling out an invitational 4-man tournament.
Yeah, it's this is a big deal here. If Dark ends up winning, his seed should be like #1 seed for the Korean side of things, because he's going to have so many WCS points, and he already has a spot in BlizzCon. If Stats ends up winning, very, very, very good chance that he just goes straight to BlizzCon. Like, he has so many points at that point.
He's a 1%er with those points.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the rest of the tournaments for the year, and nothing is really popping in mind that can really dethrone him from that. So
this is a great rematch between these two players.
Yeah.
All the games today were pretty good. Definitely check them out. We also had an Archon mode show match earlier on. I know since our audience is almost entirely global and not Korean for this stream, you guys are either waking up or going to bed right now, depending on where you are. You may have missed the first part of our tournament today, but I mean, it's been a pretty crazy good weekend for StarCraft 2 in general. Pro League yesterday was fantastic.
So good. Definitely check out those VODs. What a fantastic
That was a
Pro League
special
finals.
day for StarCraft 2, for sure.
Yeah. And today is pretty darn good. I really enjoyed TY versus Dark, and this series is killing it as well.
One of the players has requested a short break, presumably to use the restroom. Yeah. But when they return, we'll jump right back into this. It is tied up 1-1 right now. Yeah. Unlike a GSL Finals, which is a best-of-7, this one is a best-of-5. So we only have 3 possible more matches coming up here.
Yeah, Laralek Crest is going to be next, and that's a pretty good map overall for PVZ.
Are we giving that trophy away?